named one of Canada's greatest explorers.
He's crossed nearly 4,000 kilometers, just a canoe.
It is a thrilling accounting.
A great storyteller, so if you ever hear that Adam is speaking somewhere, go check it out. Go.
This river bottom is not sandy, it's full of rocks, jagged rocks, sharp rocks, crevices, really easy to get your foot wedged in between some rocks, twist an ankle, that kind of thing. In fact, when I'm down in the water like that, I'm not wearing my hiking boots. My hiking boots are in my canoe. I showed you I was wearing my waterproof waders. Those are good for keeping dry so long as they don't puncture. And they did puncture, but the bottom of the boot is really just rubber, kind of like a rubber boot, so it doesn't offer a lot of protection for your feet and toes, so you're constantly banging against these rocks down below. My toenails didn't look so good at night inside my tent. That one fell off after a while. Actually, both my big toenails fell off from just taking a beating down below in those rivers, because with all the turbulence, I can't see the river bottom, so I don't even know where I'm putting my foot down. Most of the time, I'm just kind of shuffling forward, because if I lift my foot too high, the current will knock me over anyways.
It was 4 a.m. It was at 4 a.m. I heard this incredibly loud bellowing from right outside the tent. I mean, it was I couldn't believe it. It woke me right up out of my sleep. And it was like a half snort, half kind of growl sound coming from the other side of the tent. And it was incredibly intimidating. More intimidating than the roar of a polar bear or a grizzly. But I didn't think much, because, I thought, well, musk oxen have crossed paths, there's so many of them. They're gentle giants. This will make a great picture. I'm going to get my camera, unzip the screen door, and have the lens cap off and get this ready, because the audience at the Rotary Club is going to love this. So I was just dead silent and just as quiet as possible, and hoping that he would leave. And I really couldn't think of anything else to do. I wasn't going to use bear spray on him. I really didn't think that would work so well. And I wasn't going to risk shooting a bear banger off, because I figured in this state, he's as likely to spook and charge towards me as run away. So I just sat there quietly, and I took my improvised pillow, which is my life jacket, and I put my life jacket on. Because at least psychologically, I'm like, now I have padding on my body. If you're thinking to yourself, did he just say hiking? Because that doesn't look like the kind of landscape you want to go hiking in. You would be absolutely correct about that.
He's been called the Canadian Indiana Jones, but the truth is that Adam Shoalts takes on adventures that would have Indy shaking in his boots. His latest adventure. For you. But what would you say was the most dangerous part of this journey?
It's the wind. I mean, you're on the Arctic tundra, so there's not a lot of trees or anything to break up the wind, and you can have almost gale force winds. People ask me, when it comes to doing expeditions and adventures and you're faced with all sorts of challenging or difficult circumstances, what is the most important piece of gear you can pack? Is there one vital piece of equipment that you always have in your backpack? The single most important thing to pack is not a piece of gear at all, or even a skill that you must master. It's actually a mindset. Moreover, I think that this mindset, this expedition mindset, that I rely upon when doing journeys like 4,000 kilometers alone across Canada's Arctic, is something that could be applicable to any walk of life or any career path. And it's a mindset that can really unleash our potential and allow us to achieve all kinds of things that we might have thought otherwise we couldn't. So that's what I try to share in my presentations, these insights that I've gained from doing my adventures and my expeditions.
Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy the rest of it.